Next level.
14 award-winning songs that tell the American story. On the 4th of July holiday, you'll hear many patriotic songs that have become anthems. Many have been around. Here are 14 songs that chronicle the American experience. All have one major thing. John Philip Sousa wrote the rousing march, which found renewed popularity in 1901. The instrumental Pure. This George M. Cohan song originated under its original title The God. Kate Smith introduced Irving Berlin's God. My. Marian Anderson chose this song to open her historic performance on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on Easter Sunday 1939. The renowned contralto ballad. The great bass singer/actor Paul Robeson sang this patriotic cantata, which puts American history into a 1042 opus. It shows that Frank Sinatra released this song calling for tolerance in 1946. He also starred this. Like John Lennon's 1971 classic Imagine, Woody Guthrie's song put progressive ideas across by wrapping them in a gentle and soothing musical framework. The song gained wide we. This song, which Pete Seeger helped adapt from a 1900 hymn, became the virtual anthem of the civil rights movement of the 1960s. It's such a classic thing. Jimi Hendrix recorded this song at the 1969 Woodstock Festival. Hendrix used his American Don McLean's rollicking run through pop culture history was so popular in 1971-72 that many stations played the full-length version, which ran 8:37. McLean's single, America. Ray Charles' achingly beautiful recording, now hailed as a classic, was relegated to the B-side of his soulful cover of the New Seekers' 1970 pop hit Look. God. Lee Greenwood's modern-day patriotic classic won Single and Song of the Year at the Country Music Association Awards in 1984. Greenwood's song Reborn. Bruce Springsteen's rousing song seemed to be a flag waver, but actually had a more nuanced message. The song was released this. Childish Gambino's examination of the state of race and policing in America won Grammys for Record and Song of the Year and Best Music Video. It was only the third related video the Best America Songs to celebrate the 4th of July.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.